Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. 2018-19 UEFA Nations League. The 2018-19 UEFA Nations League will be the inaugural season of the UEFA Nations League, a planned international association football competition involving the men's national teams of the 55 member associations of UEFA. The competition, which will be held from September to November 2018 and June 2019, will also serve as part of the qualification process for UEFA Euro 2020, awarding berths in the playoffs, which will decide 4 of the 24 final tournament slots. Format. The format and schedule of the UEFA Nations League was formally approved by the UEFA Executive Committee on 4 December 2014. According to the approved format, the 55 UEFA national teams will be divided into 4 divisions: 12 teams in League A, 12 teams in League B, 15 teams in League C, and 16 teams in League D. For the 2018-19 UEFA Nations League, teams will be divided according to their UEFA national team coefficients after the conclusion of the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, with the highest-ranked teams playing in League A, etc. Each division will be divided into 4 groups of 3 or 4 teams, so each team will play 4 or 6 matches within the group on double match days in September, October and November 2018. In the top division, League A teams will compete to become the UEFA Nations League champions. The 4 group winners of League A will qualify for the Nations League finals in June 2019, which will be played in a knockout format consisting of the semi-finals, third-place playoff, and final. The semi-final pairings along with the administrative home teams for the third-place playoff and final are determined by means of a draw. The host country will be selected among the 4 qualified teams in December 2018, with the winners of the final crowned as the Nations League champions. Teams will also compete for promotion and relegation to a higher or lower division. In each division, the 4 group winners will be promoted, while the last-place teams of each group will be relegated. However, in League C, due to different-sized groups, the 3 fourth-place teams and the lowest-ranking third-place team will be relegated. Tiebreakers for group ranking. If 2 or more teams in the same group are equal on points on completion of the league phase, the following tie-breaking criteria are applied to determine the worst third-place team in League C. The results against the teams in 4th place are discarded. The following criteria are applied. UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying. The 2018-19 UEFA Nations League will be linked with UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying, providing teams another chance to qualify for UEFA Euro 2020. The main qualifying process will now begin in March 2019 instead of immediately in September 2018. Following the 2018 FIFA World Cup, and will end in November 2019. The format will remain largely the same, although only 20 of the 24 spots for the finals tournament will be decided from the main qualifying process, leaving 4 spots still to be decided. The 55 teams will be drawn into 10 groups after the completion of the UEFA Nations League, with the top 2 teams in each group qualifying. The draw seeding will be based on the overall rankings of the Nations League. The qualifiers will be played on double match days in March, June, September, October, and November 2019. A total of 16 teams will participate in the playoffs, taking place in March 2020, offering a second chance to qualify for UEFA Euro 2020. The 16 teams will be selected based off their performance in the UEFA Nations League. The 16 teams will be divided into 4 paths, each containing 4 teams with 1 team from each path qualifying for the final tournament. Each league will have its own playoff path if at least 4 teams are available. The Nations League group winners will automatically qualify for the playoff path of the league. If the group winners have already qualified through the classic qualifying group stage, they will be replaced by the next best ranked teams in the same league. However, if there are not enough teams in the same league, then the group winners will be replaced by the next best team in the overall ranking, but group winners cannot face teams from a higher league. A bottom-up process from League D to A is used to select the 16 teams which will compete in the playoffs. First, all available group winners are selected. Then if a group winner has already qualified, they will be replaced by the next best team in the same league. If there are not enough teams in a given league, then if there is a group winner, the best ranked team of a lower league will be selected. If there is no group winner available in a league, then the best team in the overall ranking will be selected. A bottom-up process from League D to A is also used to form the 4 playoff paths. A path is formed with 4 teams from the same league. If there are more than 4 teams qualified for the playoffs in a given league, then a draw will occur to determine which teams will participate in the playoff path of that league. The remaining teams will be drawn into paths with teams of higher leagues. This process ensures that the group winners do not have to compete with teams from a higher league. A draw will take place on the 22nd of November 2019. To allocate the teams which did not win the group, each playoff path will feature 2 single-leg semi-finals and 1 single-leg final. The best-ranked team will host the 4th-ranked team, and the 2nd-ranked team will host the 3rd-ranked team. The host of the final will be decided by a draw, with semi-final winner 1 or 2 hosting the final. The 4 playoff path winners will join the 20 teams which have already qualified for UEFA Euro 2020. Seeding. All 55 UEFA national teams are eligible to compete in the 2018-19 UEFA Nations League. The 55 members at the time would be divided into the 4 leagues according to their UEFA national team coefficients after the conclusion of the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, with the highest-ranked teams playing in Ligue A, etc. The draw for the group stage is scheduled to take place at the Swiss Deck Convention Center in Lausanne, Switzerland on the 24th of January 2018. For political reasons, Armenia and Azerbaijan, as well as Russia and Ukraine, cannot be drawn in the same group. Qualifying playoffs. Teams which fail in a UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying group stage may still qualify for the final tournament via the playoffs. Each league in the UEFA Nations League will be allocated one of the 4 remaining UEFA Euro 2020 places. 4 teams from each league which have not already qualified for the European Championship finals will compete in the playoffs of the league, to be played in March 2020. The playoff berths will be first allocated to each group winner, and if any of the group winners have already qualified for the European Championship finals, then to the next best ranked team of the division, etc. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Would you like to know more?